They say we are born with thunder in our hearts and silence in our minds. But somewhere along the road, the thunder fades, and the noise begins. Doubt, jealousy, anger, envy, pride, fear. The mind, once a quiet river, now churns with a storm that never ends. Inside you, right now, two wolves are fighting. One is born of shadows, its eyes red with resentment, its breath laced with lies. It feeds on your weakness, your fear, your past regrets, your rage. It is the voice that whispers, "You're not enough." It is the thirst that grows when you see others rise. It is the temptation to hurt, to control, to give up. But there is another. The second wolf is quiet. Not silent, quiet. It does not shout. It does not beg for your attention. It waits, patiently. It is discipline in the dark. It is love when it's not easy. It is courage when your knees tremble. It is the breath before the leap. And every single day, these wolves fight inside of you. Not once, not twice, but every time you open your eyes. And the one who wins is not the one who's stronger. It's the one you feed. So ask yourself, what are you feeding? Are you nourishing the bitterness that clings to your failures? Are you giving air to your jealousy, your grudges, your ego? Or are you feeding the part of you that dreams bigger than your doubts? The one that stands tall even when the world shrinks? See, feeding the right wolf isn't a one-time decision. It's not a motivational quote on your wall. It's not a 30-second clip that hypes you up. It's a war of inches. A fight for every inch of your mind. It begins with mindset. You've been taught to seek validation, to chase approval like a starving animal. But the good wolf doesn't live on applause. It lives on clarity. Clarity of who you are when no one's watching. Clarity that tells you, I am not my past. I am not my pain. I am not their opinion. And from mindset comes belief. Belief is not hope. It's not wishful thinking. Belief is war paint. It's what you put on before the battle even begins. It's knowing the storm is coming and saying, let it come. Every great warrior, every builder of empires, every soul who rose from ashes, they all fed the good wolf when it made no sense to. They believed when nothing around them gave them reason to. Belief gives birth to clarity, and clarity leads to vision. Not daydreams, not fantasy. Vision. A picture so sharp it cuts through your excuses. A goal so alive you can feel its heartbeat. And when you have vision, you no longer walk. You charge. But even vision fades without purpose. Purpose is your fire. Without it, you will burn out, no matter how big your dreams are. Purpose isn't found in success. It's found in struggle. It's in showing up when no one claps. It's in pushing forward when your bones scream to quit. And here's what most people never learn. Discipline is more sacred than motivation. Motivation fades. It's emotional. It's a spark. But discipline? Discipline is the wildfire that never stops burning. It's brushing your teeth in the dark of depression. It's waking up at dawn with no guarantee of reward. It's saying yes to the process and no to the shortcut, because shortcuts feed the wrong wolf. Shortcuts teach you to chase what's easy, and the easy road is paved with silent regrets. You don't rise by chance, you rise by action. Consistent, focused, gritty action. Even when your hands tremble, even when your legs feel like lead, even when nobody's watching and nobody's cheering, and nothing feels certain, every step forward is a punch to the evil wolf's jaw. Every act of integrity, every moment of restraint, every time you choose love over pride, you're starving the beast. But don't be fooled. The wrong wolf doesn't die quietly. It will rise again, in heartbreak, in betrayal, in failure. In your lowest hour, it will rise and ask, Why bother? And in that moment, you'll need something deeper. You'll need gratitude. Gratitude is not passivity. It is strength dressed in humility. It is looking at the storm and saying, "Thank you for revealing me to me." Gratitude trains your eyes to see not just what is missing, but what's present. It grounds your soul in the now, because the evil wolf thrives in the past and obsesses over the future, but the good wolf lives in the present. Do you want freedom? Feed the present. Do you want peace? Starve the past. Do you want power? Stop asking why me and start asking what now. And when things fall apart, as they will, lean into adaptability. Because the most dangerous man isn't the loudest in the room. It's the one who bends, but never breaks. The one who reshapes his path, but never loses his direction. He moves with the wind, but walks with the mountain in his chest. And the mountain doesn't care if it's admired. It just is. Just like you must be. Unshaken, unyielding, undeniable. But even mountains crumble. Without resilience. Resilience is not toughness. It's the truth. The truth that failure is not your identity. That falling is part of rising. Those wounds don't make you weaker. They remind you that you fought. And while others complain, compare, and collapse, you rebuild. You outlast. You walk through fire, not because you're fearless, but because fear is not the voice you obey anymore. The evil wolf is loud. It wants you to move fast, react fast, fall fast. But the good wolf moves with rhythm, with depth, with silence that speaks louder than noise. And what fuels the good wolf more than anything else is learning, not information, wisdom, the kind that's earned, the kind passed down in sweat, in stillness, in scars, the kind whispered through generations who walked barefoot, but carried empires in their minds. They say wisdom is like water. It takes the shape of its container. So shape yourself into something deep. Shape yourself into something still. Because only in still waters can the truth reflect. The evil wolf thrives in noise, in chaos, in impulse, in distraction. It wants you busy but blind, scrolling, reacting, chasing illusions. But the good wolf is a student of silence. It listens to the wind. It learns from pain. It studies defeat not as the end, but as the introduction to greatness. Every bruise you carry, every scar you've hidden, they are not shameful. They are scripture, etched into your soul to remind you of what you've endured, of what didn't break you, of what made you hungrier, sharper, wiser. Because learning isn't just reading, it's remembering. Remembering who you were before the world tried to tame you, before they told you to shrink, before they taught you fear, before they placed their limits on your boundless spirit. You were born wild. You were born free. You were born with two wolves not to be torn apart, but to become aware. Aware that the power is always within you. Aware that pain is a path, not a prison. Aware that every single decision, big or small, feeds one or the other. Which wolf eats today depends on how you speak to yourself, on what you do when no one is watching, on whether you forgive or you fester, whether you rise or you rot. Because inside all of us is a leader, a warrior, a healer, and a destroyer. But which voice do you crown? Which emotion do you honor? Which instinct do you obey? And if you think you can feed both, think again. One will always grow stronger. One will always hunger more. And one will take the throne of your life. So if you want peace, starve your grudges. If you want strength, feed your discipline. If you want legacy, starve your ego. If you want love, feed your forgiveness. The battle inside you is not won by violence. It's won by choices. Quiet, steady, consistent choices. The good wolf grows when you speak life over yourself, when you rise without applause, when you stay kind in a world that profits from cruelty, when you say no to what's easy and yes to what's true. It grows when you keep your word, when you take the long road, when you let others go ahead and still walk with integrity. Because the good wolf doesn't crave to be first. It craves to be right, right with your values, right with your soul, right with the path you know is yours, even if no one understands it. And when that wolf leads your life, everything changes. The way you speak, the way you see people, the way you wake up, the way you endure, the way you dream. You stop needing revenge. You stop seeking validation. You stop chasing ghosts. You become what they said was impossible, not because you shouted louder, but because you listened deeper. So today, feed the wolf that gives. Feed the wolf that builds. Feed the wolf that loves, not because it's easy, but because you were born for more. Born to remember who you are. Born to carry fire, not ashes. Born to light the path, not wait for permission. And when the noise returns, when the temptation whispers, when the enemy in your mind claws at the walls, pause, breathe, and answer the only question that matters. Which wolf will you feed now? Because the fight is not over. It never will be, but neither is your fire, neither is your strength, neither is your choice. So rise and feed the one that will make you unforgettable.